Hello guys and gals, me Mudahar, and you may be wondering, whoa, a deep web video on a Friday? Absolutely, ladies and gentlemen. Now I know that I am very inconsistent. I keep saying, oh, we're going to come back every weekend, and ladies and gentlemen, as much as I like to do it, I like to make videos that matter to me. And that could be any kind of content, but in reality with deep web browsing or anything, it's really just amalgamating all of this. I'm deciding to take kind of like an expo approach where it's really just cataloging all this content and basically showing it to you as due time comes on. So basically, these are going to be longer than usual deep web browsings. I'm not going to keep myself relegated to basically sitting down and recording 5 websites, okay? No, I'm just going to find like 10, sometimes 20, and I'm going to show them all to you. So these videos are going to be longer, kind of like the original deep web browsings. And yeah, we're going to look at some wild stuff. We're going to look at some funny stuff. We're going to look at some creepy stuff. We're just going to look at stuff in general. So sit back, relax for a potentially hour-long video. I'm not sure how it works. Let's go into the very first website. Now, this is a website that I was linked into, and of course, as you can see, it was designed by Wix.com, all right? So when you see this, it can be one dangerous sign, okay? There's no sponsorship over here. I'm just telling you, that banner stuck. And it's kind of like the Unity engine. You know, every time you play a crappy game, it's like, made on Unity. Unity's a great engine, just like Wix is a great website builder. There's just a lot of crap you gotta wade through, right? Anyways, let's look at this. Bill and Bob's Roast Beef. The reason why I said crap is that obviously the design here is not up to scratch. Anyways, Bill and Bob's Roast Beef. And of course, you can see that is certainly not beef, okay? So already you've lost 1,000,000 points. Founded in 2020, Bill and Bob's Roast Beef is known for revolutionizing the way students and childs eat and eat food. We take pride in our ability to feed the childs in the Monument area. Join us. Join us. So here they got actual imagery of beef. And thank God I've eaten, because this is like as close to just like food you know what is possible. Anyways, March 6th, 0 minutes beef. Okay, I want to see what the post is. And it takes me to a website called Please End Me. Bill and Bob, all right, it literally is a Please End Me section. Bill and Bob's Roast Beef. I don't know. Why is this giving me a lot of commie flair? You know, I'm just saying right there. Two comments. Yummy. Can't wait to taste the sweet beef, right, abs? And then spam account. Wow, so beef. Living up to the name, I see. All right. So clearly, there's been some activity. I'm gonna write agreed. Beef for the win. All right. And I'm gonna hit that on a publish. I gotta sign up. Get out of here. I'm not doing that nonsense. Anyway, so that's one post. The food for the childs. All right. I don't really like the whole how they're referencing childs into this. It's just the spotty use of the English language really freaks me out a little bit. Roast beef, the perfect for the childs. We feed the beef to the childs. Healthy childs consume. Why do I feel like I'm on a federal watch list right now? More beef served all day. Beef for child. So as you can see, you got a juicy hamburger, and then you've got just fucking beef, I guess. The more food for every child. Okay, so sloppy Joe with more Joe. This is what Joe gets for a sloppy job. Whew. That's giving me some like weird Hannibal Lecter vibes almost. Fire, bathe in the fire. I forgot. Oops. Hee served all day. All right, this is just edgy. Upcoming events. I think somebody's like straight. Like, what are you, tossing people into a fire? Am I expecting some Resident Evil 4 coming out of a furnace level glitch right now? Beef tasting. Is like not being able to spell part of the job. Tuesday, June 17th, San Francisco, California, United States of America. Give us the childs for the beef. Okay, so here you got people RSVPing onto this. I'm gonna RSVP. Oh, I gotta sign up. I hate this website. I really do. What? Did it go away? The website's dead. What the hell? I can't even backspace to it. Oh, wait, I can. Okay. Book a table. 1,300. Ooh, they've got a little address that I got to blank out here. And the email address is like, please end me. 117. All right. That's a little wild. So they ask you for your name, address, email, phone, subject, and your social security number. Okay, Chief. That's what you shouldn't do. I'm going to enter this address and see where it kind of takes me out to. Just give me 1 second. I just want to see if this is like an actual business real quick. Yeah, here it is. Google Maps. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, it got fucked up. It actually leads literally to a high school. Like it's a high school address. Yeah, it's kind of weird. I'm just going to put it out there. That's really really fucking weird. The phone number is 6969. Yeah, I doubt that's actually a real number, but yeah, this is weird, okay? This is like really, really weird. Clearly, okay, this is designed to be edge material, all right? I bet you somebody from this school exactly made this page. And I'm going to have to really hope to God that I censor this appropriately because I literally have recorded an address for a high school. And yeah, it's just some edgy nonsense to begin with. Get out of here. Feed beef to the child. Child's for the beef. Okay, how about we learn how to spell with the English language first, okay? Like, is that the goddamn requirement? Anyways, let's back out and let's go somewhere else. Food for the child. Get out of here. AriseandShine.org, the official website of David Berkowitz, former son of Sam. All right, so before you guys get all wild and crazy, there's something odd about this site. Let me open up a fresh browser real quick. This name, David Berkowitz, right? Now, if you type in David Berkowitz, all right, some of you all may already know what we're getting to. This is an actual self-proclaimed with the name Son of Sam and Christian by the media as the .44 caliber killer due to the weapon they used, is an American serial killer who pleaded guilty to 8 separate shooting attacks that happened in New York City during the summer of 1976. All right, so this is an actual serial killer, and these are their words. They killed 6 people and wounded 10. They have to serve 6 life sentences. You know how long a life sentence is? I think it's 25 years. Multiply that by 6. There's no chance of parole for a serial killer. I was once a prisoner, but now I am free. I guess I'm fucking wrong. In 1976, David Berkowitz became known as the Son of Sam. In 1987, his life forever changed, and now his friends know him as the Son of Hope. So I guess clearly a serial killer is turning their life around. And you know what? Who am I to get in the way of somebody turning around? Worried about the coronavirus? Please click here. Okay. What? This is an updated website. Clearly it took the pandemic into account. Worried about coronavirus? Call the prayer line. Well, who am I to say prayer can stop anything? But you should also call the prayer line and make sure that you keep medically in touch. All right, let me tell you. I just had appendicitis. All right. A prayer line definitely helped me keep my sanity. But if I didn't go to the hospital, man, if I didn't go to the doctor, whoo-hoo, don't matter how much I prayed, I was going to see Jesus right there and then. Bored and need a series to watch? Wait, what? A series to watch? The Chosen. Oh, first show about Jesus is here. Okay, so it's religious. It's an entire piece of religious-oriented app and programming. All right. Anyways, click here for the rest of my story. Yeah, let's go to the rest of your story. All right, David Berkowitz and his father. Click on the image to see Son of Sam and Son of Sam, Son of Hope film. Okay, so this is an entire movie, and it literally leads you right the fuck to YouTube. Wow. Okay, so it's like a full-on documentary. You can kind of watch part 1, part 2, part 3. And it's hosted by a channel with 119 subscribers. It's got 46,000 views. I mean, clearly, people have come over here to see the story. My name is David, and I am a prison inmate who was incarcerated in 1977. So you were figuratively free, right? I have been sentenced to prison for the rest of my life. My criminal case is well known and was called the Son of Sam shootings. 10 years later, in 1987, when I was living in a cold and lonely prison cell, God got a hold of my life, and here is my story of hope. Ever since I was a small child, my life seemed to be filled with torment. I would often have seizures in which I would roll on the floor. Sometimes furniture would get knocked over. When these attacks came, I felt as if something was entering me. My mother, who has long since passed away, had no control over me. I was like a wild and destructive animal. My father had to pin me to the floor until these attacks stopped. When I was in public school, I was so violent and disruptive that a teacher who had become so angry at me grabbed me in a headlock and threw me out of the classroom. Okay, that's fucked up. But it's also the 70s, though, too, right? You gotta expect that shit happened back then, man. I was getting into a lot of fights. I'm not even saying that's okay. That's just the 70s right there. Sometimes I started screaming for no reason at all. My parents were then ordered by school officials to take me to a child psychologist, or else I would be expelled. I had to go to the psychologist once per week for 2 years, yet the therapy sessions had no effect on my behavior. During this period of my life, I was also plagued with bouts of severe depression when the feeling came over me. Okay, so now a force was at work. Occasionally, the same evil force would come to me in the middle of the night. When this would happen, I felt an urge to sneak out of the house and wander the dark streets. I roamed the neighborhood like an alley cat and would creep back into the house by climbing the fire escape. My parents would never know that I was gone. That almost reminds me of, like, what was that movie, American Psycho, with, like, Christian Bale, who just, like, prowled the streets of the night. But except in that movie, he was, like, you know, wasting homeless people and shit. Or I guess, I don't really know how that movie is. I have no idea how that movie works. How much of it is, like, real or not. Anyways, my mother was dead. When I was 14, my mom was stricken with cancer, and within several months, she was dead. Oh, man. Fuck, dude. There's current stuff in my life I'm dealing with, and I don't want to think about it. I had no other brothers or sister, and so it was just me and my dad. He had to work 10 hours per day, 6 days per week, so we spent very little time together. Okay, so what happened here? My dad tried to help as best as he could. He pushed me through high school, and then he went into the Army. I just turned 18 several weeks earlier, joined the Army in a sense to start a new life and get away from my problems. All right, so they went to the Army and everything. The horror begins. Okay. Eventually, I crossed that invisible line of no return. After years of mental torment, behavioral problems, deep inner struggles, and my own rebellious ways, I became the criminal that at the time it seemed as it was my destiny to become. Looking back, it was all a horrible nightmare, and I would do anything if I could undo everything that happened. 6 people lost their lives, many others suffered at my hand, and I will continue to suffer for a lifetime. I am so sorry for that. In 1978, I was sentenced to about 365 consecutive years, virtually burying me alive inside prison walls. When I first entered the prison system, I was placed in isolation. I was then sent to a psychiatric hospital because I was declared temporarily insane. Okay. 10 years into my prison sentence and feeling despondent and without hope, another inmate came up to me one day as I was walking the prison yard on a cold winter's night. He introduced himself and began to tell me that Jesus Christ loved me and wanted to forgive me. Although I knew he meant well, I mocked him because I did not think that God would ever forgive me and that he would want anything to do with me. Still, this man persisted and we became friends. His name was Rick, and we would walk the yard together. Little by little, he would share with me about his life and what he believed Jesus had done for him. He kept reminding me that no matter what a person did, Christ stood ready to forgive if that individual would be willing to turn from the bad things. I mean, it's a good message, all right? It just sucks ass that 6 people had to die before that could happen. But clearly, if this is to be believed, that this is actually the serial killer's words, then, okay, all right, guess what? They're asking for remorse and they're asking for forgiveness. I can't give forgiveness, okay? All I can say, honest to God here, is that David, all right, the only people that can give you forgiveness are the families of the 6 people you took their lives. And even then they can't. The dead people can only forgive you, and unfortunately dead people don't have the ability to. But anyways, as you can see, what makes us even primo is you can purchase David's fucking testimony video. And in fact, it's currently on sale for $5 off, for $15. $15. You can get yourself the official tapes of the Son of Sam serial killer. Actually, if you're into serial killer stuff, this might be what it is. Are you a good person? I don't think many people are good people, okay? I think we're all shitty inside, to be honest with you, okay? Of course, let me just be real with you, okay? If you need someone to talk to, okay, there is an entire number, all right? This might actually be where it leads to. This may be the thing. Know God, harvest.org. You were created to know God in a personal way. Is this what it comes down to? Wait a minute. Was this website crafted by these individuals? That would be insane. You think they got in touch with David in prison and it's like, hey, you see Jesus? You're on the light of the Lord now? Let's make a website to pass your message. Listen, if they want to pass a good message and if he wants to be forgiven, then I guess that's the right start to go into. But there's way more stuff over here too. A letter to a Satanist. Okay, let's see a letter to a Satanist. Casting all your care upon the Lord because he cares for you. Okay, so we're casting Cura 3. All right. Thank you for your letter and for taking the time to write. I appreciate your letters and I value your honesty. That's all you can do in prison: fight, jack off, and write letters. Thanks for your openness in sharing some of your struggles. While it would take many pages to answer your questions and deal with various issues, let me assure you that I am praying for you. The power of Jesus Christ is a million, billion, trillion, zillion more times greater than Satan's power. Only Jesus has the power to set you free from Satan's strongholds and whatever else you find yourself to be struggling in. This is why Bible says there is the victory in Jesus Christ. Concerning Satanism, knowing what I know about it is a religion of pure selfishness. This being do as thou will, what could be more self-centered than this? What about other people and how the things I may choose to do would affect them? Satanism encourages a person to hate and look down on others who may think are grateful and who misuse you. You know the best part about deep web browsing is, like, listen, I'm not even going to read this entire fucking transcript, but it's kind of crazy how, like, when we covered the satanic websites, every time they would talk about Christianity or whatever, it would just be like absolute, they are the worst scum on the planet. And right over here, this person's like, yeah, those Satanists, completely selfish. Now, I don't want to start a religious turf war in the comment section below, because honestly, it's just, at this point, all right, this is a turf war free zone, okay? This is a little internet chill spot, all right? We don't need to bring this out, but that's a letter to a Satanist, I guess. It starts off a little passive aggressive, I'm gonna say. I don't think it gets much better. Oh, let's see the updates real quick. I really want to see the updates. So this is David in October of 2020. Okay, David's looking pretty good for a post-serial killer in life imprisonment. I'm just gonna be honest with you. David looks pretty good. David looks good. All right, I'm just gonna be real here. Now, another thing is the serial killer son of Sam David, Berkowitz, actually has a podcast, all right? So you can listen to it, and that would be an interesting podcast. I'm sure this person would have a million stories to tell. Now, again, I'm going to be real with you. I don't know how much I believe that this is the official sayings, but I mean, if it is, it is. But we literally have come across a website of a serial killer. The second time, by the way, if you remember way back in deep web browsing, we came across a serial killer's like blog, their entire blogs. Now we're coming across a serial killer's updates from prison on seeking atonement and forgiveness. So on one side, you had a serial killer that was talking about all the shit that they were about to do, and now you have a serial killer who's seeking forgiveness. I mean, two ends of the spectrum, really. Let's go somewhere else. Please bring me home. Okay, so this is a very serious sort of website. Now, if it's something that's really cool from the dank web, is we have finally been like linked to a page that's all about helping people who are missing. So this is the Panchishin Project. I'm gonna read it real quick. We are more than happy to complete the intake form and forward it to our Guardians of the Angels if that is your preference. Okay, cool. If you reach out to us about a family member who disappeared within the last year, they'll be featured on the Guardians of Our Angels Missing Persons Canada website. So this is an entirely Canadian website that's apparently about like missing people, which if you have no idea about the missing person stuff, there are like hundreds, I think thousands of people that just go missing every year. And there's so many cold cases in this scenario. And I understand when people go missing, it's for like a multitude of reasons, right? Like sometimes they get abducted, they never show up. Sometimes it's a situation of like maybe the person has been killed, but they can never recover a body. So I think legally at that point, they have to just straight up tell you, hey, if we have no proof of death or a body, then the person is going to be perpetually missing. It usually happens a lot around like those forest regions. Like if you ever have been to those parts of the United States, I think probably around like the Midwest, maybe places like Pennsylvania, Indiana. If you ever just went missing out in the boonies, that tends to happen, believe it or not. That's actually a thing. But yeah, so in December 12, 2017, 20-year-old Nolan Panchishin disappeared from Southampton, Ontario. On January 25th, 2018, Nolan's family reached out to please bring me home in hopes we could assist them using the platform. Even though we only added cold cases handled, we decided to add Nolan to our website and allow people to send us anonymous tips. The agreement was that all tips would be forwarded to the appropriate detectives at Saugeen Shores Police Service, and we would not investigate further. On February 19, 2018, literally not even a month after, a tip came in through our website, which we forwarded to Saugeen Shores Police Service. On around March 16, 2018, heavy police presence was reported in Durnock, Ontario. Based on the tip we sent to law enforcement, they were able to locate the remains. Oh, dude, that... I was really hoping for a good ending to that story. Fuck, that kicks me in the dick. 2 people were arrested and subsequently charged with his murder. Okay, so at least, like, it's not a good ending, but it's not the worst, right? Like, clearly these 2 dickbags got arrested, and hopefully they'll be spending the rest of their days behind bars. We were later thanked by law enforcement for sending them the tip, which led to Nolan's location and resulted in 2 men being charged. See, like how I said earlier, how some of these, like, missing cold case stories are usually just, like, they can't find a body, so they're just perpetually missing. And, like, the hardest part about it is, like, when you have family members involved and they keep clinging on to hope when, like, that hope... Because, like, honestly, the more days that pass, the more time that passes, the harder it really is to keep hopeful, because there's a very good chance that that person has, you know, been gone. We were later thanked by law enforcement. Cool. That is not the ending we wanted. Nobody wanted that ending. However, we were able to use this platform to bring in the tip, which helped bring Nolan home. The mission of this page is to create awareness around other recently missing people. So, you know how people say there's, like, always just this fucking disgusting level of shit on the dank web? Well, sometimes you get linked to stuff like this, and you can't be more thankful, because this is what it's kind of all about, right? Like, this is the good aspect of the team. Now, this is a Canadian-based system, right? So, like, obviously, if you're in my province, which is Ontario, this is all that's for you. And if you look at their cases list, these are like cold cases, right? So they've got cases from all over Canada, right? So let's go to like Ontario near me. So, of course, they've got a bunch of names. Let's look at Ben in Niagara Falls real quick. And they've got entire bioses. They've got photos. They've got literally every sort of bio data you wanted on this individual. And if you can help find this person, that's pretty much what you can do. Date of disappearance was 2016. 2016, man. That is insane. I really hope this person is okay. I mean, I'm trying to be really hopeful. 5 searches from the public were conducted. This is one of those situations. So again, if you have tips to help find somebody like, say, Ben, you're going to need to, you know, call them in and see if you can get any assistance. And I'm glad that, like, finding this, hopefully people can, like, go to this kind of website and help locate, or at least if you live in this area, help locate these missing people, because that is, like, ultimately like, having a good ending of the situation is, like, that'll make your fucking life, dude. Of course, they've got, like, sponsors and everything. That's pretty cool. They have their own website, dude. Like, Guardians of Our Angels. Like, Missing Persons Canada, bro. Shit, I'm going to donate right to these guys straight up. This is insane. This is good stuff. This is what it's all about. Human trafficking. Okay, this is also a grim reality. Like, Jesus Christ. This is like an incredible resource for fucking parents, dude. Like, this gives you exact information about child trafficking, which is a huge problem in Canada if you don't... It's a huge problem everywhere. Like, it's not just a Canadian exclusive release. Human trafficking happens all over the world, and usually, like, kids who have, like, literally, how can they say no when they don't know it's wrong? Literally, this dude comes up, or girl or guy or whatever comes up, grabs children or people who are susceptible, runs off with them, and bam! Once these people got them, they got them. So yeah, this is like an entire, dude, like, list for people to learn. And it leads all the way to the Canadian Human Trafficking Hotline. Yes, it is that big of an issue. How traffickers track your kids? Probably through weird-ass free-to-play applications, man. Like, let me be honest with you. There are, like, I think it's a video that I should work on where, like, a lot of kids' games have, like, weird location services, and it's just off-putting, right? Like, a lot of those crappy games that you wouldn't really think twice about access a bunch of extra, like, privacy features on your cell phone, and it's like, I don't know, it's just weird. It's weird, dude. Like, there are so many ways to commit these kind of crimes in this category that it's like an entire channel's worth of videos on its own. But yeah, that's fucked up. But hey, there was something good out of all this, and that was finding a website that could help you find missing people. Oh, hell yeah, dude. The Sinaloa Cartel Marketplace. Murder for hire. Assault. Arson. If you don't know what the Sinaloa drug cartel is, I'm going to censor something right over here. It's just... I'm gonna censor their entire, like, banner, really. But if you don't know the Cartel de Sinaloa, okay, it is, I believe, the biggest Mexican drug cartel to ever exist, right? For those of you who don't know about drug cartels, you may know of the name El Chapo. El Chapo was busted by Mexican authorities, escaped once, put into prison, and then extradited to the United States, where he is currently serving a life sentence at a federal supermax prison. You know what life is like at a supermax prison? There's no life. There's no life at all. The dude lives in a 7-foot by 7 jail cell, eating shit for the rest of his life, as El Chapo deserves. All right, now the Sinaloa drug cartel is like the largest drug cartel in Mexico, also one of the most violent, and they probably supply like, what, 80% of the world's cocaine and drugs and shit? But let's look at this. Welcome to Sinaloa Cartel Marketplace. I doubt this is run by the actual Sinaloa cartel. Under the shelter and protection of the deep web are hundreds of Sinaloa cartel members. I just imagine the Sinaloa drug cartel sitting in like an office somewhere, like answering calls about customer support for their fucked up services. Can offer you high quality drugs, guns, and professional assault services at affordable costs. It's like the fucking Costco of crime. We can kill any person you want as long as it is not a president or very important person that is guarded by military. Well, there you go right there. All right, goddamn. We can make the murder look accidental, so the police will not suspect anyone. We also do kidnappings, beatings, and set fire to properties. Murder, wet work, assault, arson can be easily provided worldwide by our experienced strongmen via a secure way, while you remain fully anonymous and your order confidential. You think they give you a fucking order number with this shit? You can take the customer service in case of a bad service gone wrong? Thousands of happy customers recommend our products and services such as drugs, guns, assault, arson, and murder. I love how they got like this like cartel Sinaloan member over here. Isn't the whole point to be kind of a secretive organization? Jesus. You can place the order on a marketplace anonymously. You will need to provide proof you have the funds available, but you pay after the job is completed. The selected killer doing your job cannot scam you because he does not receive payment until the job is done. You can choose your heavy, goon, enforcer, juice man, leg breaker, strongman, shy. What is it, like a fucking class system, dog? What's going on here? What are these, like, character classes? What is this, motherfucking World of Warcraft Cartel de Sinaloa edition? Customers are fully anonymous on our website. We advise our customers to mask their IP website. I'm on Tor. You don't even really need a VPN, but I guess if you wanted to put a condom on top of a condom, well, no one's fucking stopping you. So here you've got assault and murder right here. Okay, this dude's doing the assaulting and the murdering. You've got drugs, which look like fucking candy, to be honest with you. And then you've got guns, all right? Engravings give you no tactical advantage, cartel bosses. What the fuck? Payments are secured as they're made through Bitcoin. Okay, I get it. No risky meetups are required. Buy drugs, guns, all services provided. Customers, if cops will try to disguise as customers and submit orders, they will receive the items in packages with fake sender information. Okay, cool. All right, fine. That's cool and all. Why do they say it's risky? Hell yeah, dude. My account is created and active. Dude, oh, hell yeah. Let's go to the shop real quick, see what we're doing. Name of job. To distinguish jobs in your job list, shot and get away. Okay, so to shot and get away, it's a $4,000 minimum price. It doesn't even include killing. Accidental murder is $6,000. Sniper job, $10,000. Beating, $2,000. Maiming, $4,000. Arson, $2,000. Kidnapping, $6,000. Why the fuck would kidnap? What? How can you price that the same? You got, okay, whatever. Stabbing is a $2,000. So you're telling me a stabbing and a beating are the same price? All right, it's a 2-for-1 deal? All right, what the... Dude, the pricing does not make any sense. Now you put street, city, country, mark, and then you put their social media pages, your job description, and all this. Look, I'm going to be real with you. 100% real with you. Do not do any of this, okay? This is a crime. Even if it's a scam, you know, simply going over here to post an actual job is like what? Conspiracy of murder? Don't do it. All right, it's a crime. Not even for a meme. Wait, senior member? Well, certainly they have not hired spelling. Spelling is not a common trope in the Sinaloa drug cartel. Senior member, Bob, Daddy. What are my services? Glory hole boss. I can suck a mean cock, let me tell you. Oh, the senior member doesn't exist. Oh, that's actually a thing. So they do have a pyramid scheme type operation going. I see how it is. I see Cartel de Sinaloa. I got you. Now, if this is actually the real cartel, Listen, it was really easy to make fun of, okay? I'm not saying that y'all are fucked up, all right? I don't want to be tripping on anybody, okay? I'm just saying it like it is. But I'm going to lead on to the fact that this is more of a fake cartel, if anything. Let's see what kind of drugs they sell. Well, of course they sell a shit ton of drugs. Where's the cocaine right here? Cannabis? Ketamine. Ketamine. Get out of here. Ecstasy, opioids. Yeah, here you can find Peruvian cocaine, Colombian cocaine, and all other premium cocaines on the market. Well, they're a real one-stop shop for that. Let's see what kind of guns they sell, too. Handguns, grenades, explosives, sniper rifles, guns that have never been used, and they come at a much higher price. Okay. That's cool and all. Assaulting and murder. Let's see what they got over here. They actually describe all of this. But you know what? It is what it is. You don't know what this is? It's not even the Sinaloa drug cartel. This is a template for scamming people, okay? You honestly believe the Sinaloa drug cartel, one of the most violent cartels, one of the most organized criminal agencies, has a fucking IKEA page. At least, if they were going to do this, it would be far more discreet. This took me all of 5 seconds to come to. Get out of here. Get out of here. None of this is real. And if it is real, I'm real sorry. I apologize, my Sinaloa drug cartel scary mobsters. Dude, I like these blogs. This is S-Doc. S-Doc is a scam. S-Doc is a scam. Let's see what liquid is inside. Some idiots created a list of all deep web links and marked all of them as a scam. Oh man, this person really took it to heart. We're about to witness deep web browsing drama. So get excited, buccos. Some idiots created a list of all deep web links and marked all of them as scam. S-Doc is a scam too. Deep web is, well, let's see what liquid is inside of their head. Or did they just straight call them brain dead? Deep web is a wonderful place. Really, when you enter it, it has news for you every day. That's what happened to me in our blog. A few days ago, I found out S-Doc is a scam. Seriously, this blog has been marked as a scam? I can hardly find words to describe my feelings, bro. They really took it in the ass there. They were pissed. Just have a look at the scam list. But they wrote how to survive in deep web. Okay. Now, this is important because almost 11,000 people have seen this, and I'm ready to hit F5 to make it 11. But let's go see this. From the very beginning, it's worth understanding that almost all the principles that work in nature and the world around us also work in the world of deep web. Our instincts are also absolutely evident here. Fears and desires drive us in our daily lives, and they also lead us through the web in which we met. What we want, it is quite simple to deal with desires. Almost all of us want money, power, success, confessions, and of course, lots and lots of great sex. I agree, yeah. They're all pretty natural desires, but let's talk about some unnatural desires, which also create a lot of traffic in the Tor relay, I'm going to assume, not the Torah. I will probably keep silent. Let's focus on the understandable. Money. Almost all of us somehow ended up here in search of easy or not so much money. Yeah, no, I don't want to get scammed, thank you. Someone was lucky to be in the topic in the golden time when no one knew about cybercrime. It was a time of opportunity and unbridled drive, as is always the case when you're in the first wave. But then the topic becomes more popular, and in the second wave it becomes more difficult to earn money. Sharks from the first wave are not ready to share their part of the pie. Jackals appear, ready to fuck for the sake of $10. In short, it becomes difficult. However, it is worth noting that the world of high technologies is developing so rapidly that almost every day there are new topics. Who would have thought of decentralized finance and mining 10 years ago? Actually, I wouldn't have thought about it. I wouldn't have thought Bitcoin would be a thing. Who would have thought that video calls would become more popular than usual, and drug addicts would stop hanging out on opioids and they would switch to synthetics? The world is really changing. I mean, with the way this person describes it, I don't want to think of the world changing that way. It's kind of fucked up. If you don't want to learn, life will teach you. What distinguishes the wise from the fools? Well, except that the coefficient of happiness and life satisfaction for fools is much higher. Smart people learn from other people's mistakes. Fools learn from their own. They seem to be obvious things, but remember, how many times have you thought to yourself because of another's failure? What a jerk I am to fall for this. And here I have good news. You weren't the first or last person to make a stupid mistake. Many people will learn from this situation, and many will continue to bang their heads against the wall. A great way to avoid such mistakes and such lessons is to learn from other people's mistakes, without breaking your head in blood every single time. Some people have already lost time and money in deep. Many were successful, some went to jail. All possible variations have already been passed by someone, and you have a choice to go this way yourself, getting bumps and losing important resources along the way, or spend a little time and effort to learn from the experience of others. The choice will always be yours. So are you going to learn from grown-up kid who did some shit in 2010s? Well, seems like he's going to be one of them, one of your deep web life coaches. Teach us how to get rich on the deep web. You didn't learn a fucking goddamn thing that grown-up kid said, man. Nobody here is intelligent except grown-up kid, I'd say. But he basically gave you basic life advice, so I mean, you know, you can get away with that. It's decent enough. Time to put on your masks. Oh man, am I going to read some anti-masker shit right now? Nah, dude. I'm sure you all know the answer to this question very well. We live in a unique time when many aspects of society are being questioned. At the time, personal safety and the safety of loved ones comes to the fore for everyone. Social responsibility sharply narrows its boundaries, and we all understand that the world is changing rapidly around us. The coronavirus has made its own corrections in the usual course of life. The masked man is no longer associated with the robber and does not cause any suspicion. What does this do? Literally, it wasn't even about vaccines or anything related to the pandemic. They literally are telling you if you're wearing masks, here's how to commit serious crimes. If you are a serious man with huge eggs, then you should not wait for the appearance of a mass vaccine. You can do skimmers right here now. Dude, are we going back to skimming? Oh, that is vintage. If you don't know what skimming is, well, we'll read right here. Low risk time for installing this equipment on ATMs and not yet been in history. Of course, this is difficult to pull off without sufficient experience and without having certain connections in the shadow community. But with a strong desire and a healthy appetite for risk, can be a good idea to join this topic. Of course, you don't have to go all out. To cut down coins, you can risk even less and do the usual physical cash. It doesn't matter if you can only order dumps and the plastic itself is ready-made, but for all cameras, you will just be another guy in a mask and cap. Your identity will be extremely difficult to identify. Just don't get too greedy. Do not graze the same place. Think with your head. What can I say? Even when receiving Western Union now, do not ask to remove the mask either in banks or in post offices. Now employees don't care at all. Who came to receive the transfer and if the track number and documents are in order. So basically, they're outright telling you, with the mask, you can conceal your identity in front of cameras and start robbing from ATMs. Now, this is something that may actually be... If people fall for this, not only are you committing a crime, but they're actually starting to develop technologies that can detect, like... I guess it's kind of like face recognition technology, mostly in, like, an experimental capacity, where, like, even through the mask, some people can figure out, like some systems can figure out who the person is through, like, deep facial recognition. And, of course, it comes down to a machine learning algorithm at the end of the day. I guess if you completely hide your face, which is still kind of weird, like, at this point, it's just the mask that we have. But I guess if you're hiding your face completely, it's still a bit odd. Again... I'm not going to dig too deep into this anyways. It's just kind of too far, but they're literally teaching you how to commit straight up crimes. We're going to back out and go somewhere else. S-Stock is definitely not a scam. This dude's giving you some fucked up guides. So here you can see that, like, Coca is like a character over... Or sorry, no, not Coca. Pokemon is the actual character here. No relation. They're just going with the alias Pokemon for some fucking reason. And they're selling you, like, high-quality coke from Peru. They're selling you what apparently is pink cocaine. Again, I have to immediately reiterate, I do not endorse any of this shit at all. And they're selling it to you for, like... pretty regular values from what I understand. 400 pounds for like 10 grams. You've got 80 pounds for 1.5 grams, like an SOS pack, whatever the fuck that means. Maybe they turn it into crack rocks, who knows? But yeah, the reason why I don't cover this too much is that, quite honestly, most of these are scams. I would say 99% of vendors on the deep web are complete scams. You give them your money and you never receive the product. And you can always figure it out because a lot of the scam websites will use the same web layout as every other scam. Literally, it's the same open source page you download, and you just change all the images and everything around, and you make sure it, like, links to your Bitcoin wallet address. They take that money, they launder it around, and next thing you know, it's their cash to keep. So that's pretty much how it goes on in this end. That's why we don't really cover it. I mean, even if you look at their passport scenario, you can see that they're selling you passport scans for what, $5? That's not true. Russian local passport issued since 2007 to 2018, 1,900 euros. Fake UK driving license, 550 euros, okay? Fake German ID, 600 euros. Fake Irish ID, Ukrainian fake driving license. These are some really expensive fake ID prices, and I'm sure they're so fucking bad that you could probably figure out as a cop which one is fake and which one isn't. And then, why I decided to cover this website is what their secret products are. Now, if you remember way back, we had a shit ton of deep web YouTubers who were like, I just bought a mystery box. I just bought a mystery box. Okay, let me see what's in this mystery box. Oh my god, it's Charles Manson's dildo. Wow. Do you think there's any ghostly apparition stuck into this dildo? Whoa, I'm hearing noises around. I think a ghost blew C4 in the back of my house. Like, you would understand that these mystery boxes were all bullshit. What if I told you they're giving you mystery boxes? So, there you go. Let's open up Mystery Box V3, which is for 300 euros. You can also buy the Necronomicon, which is the EU version, for 850. The UK version is 1,050, but if you get the mini pack, I guess, the mini version of the Necronomicon, whatever the fuck that means, 500. Now, if you open up the Mystery Box, I just want to see the description. Let's play a game. Well, it's great how they have something so innocuous and weird, but then you have a Jedi sword for 850. What? Get out of here. You can tell the site is a total scam. Now, they also have Magic Sand, which is like, let me see what the hell Magic Sand is. Mandragora roots, and then they've got like 3 versions of the Jedi sword, and then 1p LSD 200 blotters. So I don't really want to fuck around with LSD, but they've got that. They also have this page, which is Winky Smiley Face. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. Maybe they already have like my IP address or something. Maybe they're sending people over. Who knows? The Mandragora roots, dry Mandragora roots. I have no idea what you're going to do with that. Maybe like summon a tree monster, I guess? You've also got Magic Sand from the moon. And the lie detector has confirmed that was a lie. But I want to see the Jedi sword, okay? Like, this is where it's going to come down to. What do you think a 1,000 euro Jedi sword is going to do? Jedi sword only in Europe. This is the only site I know where you can buy Peruvian fucking cocaine and a Jedi sword. And the Necronomicon. Have you all ever wanted to yiff like crazy? Well, what if I told you a website exists on the deep web that just does that? The Permanent Buru. Here be the furry content. Tor is phasing out version 2 onion addresses in favor of newer, safer version 3s. I don't need safety when I'm fapping to my furry stuff. Let's get out of here. Oh, did I close the page? Please, God, I hope not. No, I didn't. Why the Permanent Buru? The permanent part is taken from 2 factors. One being the site was developed as an alternative to the deteriorating Buru e621.net. I remember people telling me that I was browsing e621, and I literally had the file manager on my Linux system open. So no, I've never been to that website, but I guess now I know it's like a furry location. What is allowed on here? Art with relations to furry culture. Okay, art from universes where furry characters exist. All right, let's go look inside here. Let's go to like posts. Let's see what furry content exists. Oh. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if I'm going to call this one deep web browsing or the smorgasbord or the deep web supercut or exactly, weird things from the deep web, because quite honestly, I really don't know how to evolve it. But really, the evolution in this case is me just looking through a bunch of content that I'm going to amalgamate throughout the weeks. These videos might come out every week, every other week, maybe once a month. But I think I'm going to stick to the idea of more quality over like, just basically trying to like have a video out every week for the sake of having a consistent series. I think the best idea for this is to make longer videos that people can watch more, and just have like a bunch of content all in one rather than sticking to the same formula of 5 exact websites. I'd rather do this way and just look for more content and sort of keep saving it as time goes on and cover it all and record it one time later. So yeah, that's pretty much what we're going with, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you have an amazing Friday, or hopefully I do upload this on Friday. I may sleep, I don't know. If you like what you saw, please like, comment, and subscribe. Dislike if you dislike it. I am out.